Hey everybody, it's Rylee here and we're back with another craft video. So this week we're going to be working on a couple of different types of dog toys. You know, your furry little friends need a little bit of love too, and I'm going to show you just how to do it. But first, I'm going to go over the materials list, and again, please, try to stay in with what you can find at home right now. I know it's a little bit difficult to, find everything at home, but keep in tune for next week. We'll be doing a whole bunch of stuff and see if that suits you a little bit better. But for now, here is what you will need for the first dog toy that we are going to make. So after you're done collecting all of your materials for this specific dog toy, what you're going to want to do with that water bottle is make sure it's nice and clean and nice and dry. You're also going to want to take off any label that you have on there and the cap. You don't want the cap on there because if you're not supervising your dog enough with the toy, they can swallow that cap and they can choke. But as a reminder, please always supervise your pets when they have, especially homemade toys. They can, rip things up and possibly get hurt, and you just don't want that. But we're going to get started with this first dog toy. So I have everything in front of me now, and let's get this show on the road. I'm going to start off with the socks that I have, and what you can do is you can either buy some new ones at the store if you want them to be completely clean, or you can just have some used ones that you're not really going to wear anymore. It doesn't really matter, dogs aren't going to care. But the key is you want to get these long socks, because what we're actually going to do is put the water bottle inside of the sock to provide your dog with a little bit of extra stimuli. But what you're going to want to do is, depending on how much of an overhang you want on your water bottle, you're going to take your sock, open it up, and whichever way it fits the best, remember, keep the cap off, no label, clean and as dry as you possibly can get your water bottle. Pop it in the sock. Put it as far away down as you possibly can. This one's going to be a quick one, and you can actually double up the socks, which I am going to do just to give it a little bit of extra stability and durability. So I'm going to slide this in there in a second sock, just like this. Okay. So now I have the water bottle in both of my socks here. And what you're going to do is actually tie this end off so they can't get the water bottle out. This may be a little bit tricky, so what you can actually try to do is stuff the first sock down in there a little bit to create kind of a lump. And then you can actually take your scissors and cut on the inside here, cut down. Down one side there, flip it around, down the other side here. Now what that's going to do is create two little flaps that you can actually very easily take and tie in a knot together just like this. Make sure it's nice and tight. Nothing's going to happen to that, nothing's going to slide out. Take it, tie it again. Make sure it is as secure and durable as possible, just like that. And I'm actually going to leave these little bits on here just to give it a little bit of a, a little bit of character. You don't have to leave them on there. If you want to cut them off, go right ahead. After you pretty much get it to where you want it positioned, you're done. You can use any colored socks that you like, anything like that, but this is just a nice, easy, little, quick toy idea that you can give to your dog. And the cool thing about it is when they chomp down on it, it crunches, and so that'll get them involved a little bit better with what they're playing with. But now we're gonna actually move on to the next toy that I'm going to show you guys how to make, and here is what you will need for that one. Alright, so after you're done gathering the materials for the second toy, as you can see, I did have two different colored t-shirts in that materials list. If you only have one, that's completely fine. It's not really going to matter. I just chose to have two because I want to have a little bit of a difference with my color choices. But this one's, again, very, very simple to make. You're going to take your scissors and one of your t-shirts and cut, this is the bottom of the t-shirt, you're going to cut along this way here and make strips. And then what you're going to do is, after you have all of your loops, you're just going to cut the ends to make nice even strips. But I'm going to show you in just a second. So, like I said before, this is going to be the bottom of your t-shirt, and you're going to take your scissors and actually cut strips along the bottom just like this, so you have a whole bunch of things to work with, because what we're going to do with these strips is actually braid them together later to kind of make like a tug-of-war toy. So you're pretty much just going to go like this and cut along. If you have fabric scissors, that'll work a lot better than what I have. But again, do with what you have. So after you've cut out all of your strips of fabric from your t-shirt, I have them all laid out in front of me, and like I said, we're going to be braiding all of these pieces together to make a nice durable little tug-of-war toy. But I'm going to change the camera angle so you guys can see how I do it. Alright, so I have all my strips here, my two different colors. If you have one color, completely fine. But I'm pretty much just going to pair two of the colors up, just like that, and that's going to act as one of my strands. Do it again with another couple of pieces. That's going to be two. And this will be three. So now you're going to have these three sections of your braid, but what you're first going to want to do is make sure everything is lined up nice and even. Just like this, and just like this. Stretch it out. Make sure you're working with something that's nice and easy. And then what you can do is you can tie this together, which I am going to do. There are a lot of other methods that you can use to stabilize your fabric as you're braiding it together. Some people tape it down to the table, some people tie it with a string and then untie it later. I'm actually going to make just a little knot with my two fingers here. Go like this, loop these in there, and make sure it's nice and tight. Make sure all of those little strands are coming through the knot. Tie it nice and tight. So now you have everything you need to make sure that your braid is going to form correctly. So, for those of you who do not know how to braid, that is totally fine. It's super easy and I'll show you how. So you have your three sections. You're going to take your left section and put it in the middle. Just like that. And then take your right section, put it in the middle. Take your left section, put it in the middle. Take your right section, put it in the middle. And that is going to start shaping your braid. As you continue to do those steps, taking the left, putting it in the middle, taking the right, putting it in the middle, crossing over each one of those strands, so then you're going to have a little braid. So I'm going to continue doing that, and we're going to finish this up. So now, once you get down to the end of your braid, you're going to do exactly what you did up here. Take it in your two fingers, wrap it around, and make sure all of those strands are going through the knot so you can make it nice and secure. Alright, so now you have this nice little braided tug-of-war toy, and if it's a little bit longer, I might try, but you can add a knot in the middle or knots in between, just to give, you know, a little bit of extra texture to your little braided dog toy. But pretty much after that, you're done, and you've got something that your dog and you can play with all day, and it's a nice little add-on to their daily routine. Alright guys, and so pretty much after that, you're done. You've got a couple of really neat dog toys that I'm sure your dog is going to absolutely love. Please, please, please make sure you're supervising your animals as they're playing with toys, just so everything is nice and safe and, you know, they're staying healthy and everything like that. But, you know, stay tuned for next week. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of craft ideas that you can do at home and just, you know, have a good time. get a little messy, everything will be alright. But until then, I'll catch you later, guys. See ya.